toilet paper. Hey, get your toilet paper here. Triple ply for them thicker thigh. Hey, you, toilet paper, 15 bucks a roll. Just for you. What's going on? Toiletpaperbydesigns.com. Pre-disinfected for your special booty. Today, ladies, gentlemen, I might as well start selling toilet paper on eBay because God knows I ain't making money anywhere else. But today, I would like to share with you exactly how much money I've lost heading into this recession here in 2020. Many of you are aware, but I'm going to reveal to you the number of how much I am down exactly on my stock portfolio. My work contracts, being an entertainer, are just getting wiped out. I'm going to share with you exactly how much I've lost there. And then on top of that, I'm going to share with you my plans and where I think the stock market is headed come this Monday open. But I look so forward to breaking this down for you. So let's hop right into this.
Drop it.
Welcome back, my passive income investors alike, to the 2020 recession that none of us could have really prepared for here. And I'm really hoping you guys are safe. You're at home, you know, you've had an emergency fund, maybe you're getting some government benefits, but hopefully you are doing okay. So now I'm going to share with you exactly how much my money has dissipated over the last few weeks. Many of you are aware, but with my stock portfolio alone, before we start taking a look at it, I have lost roughly $32,000. That is right. And it's not like I've actually lost this money. I do not plan on selling any of my stocks here anytime soon. So it is just a paper loss for now. And at some point or another, I expect my fabulous companies to have somewhat of a turnaround story. When that'll be, I don't know, but I'm hoping things work out and I still get some extra capital to invest, but it's looking pretty bleak right now. The next thing I want to explain to you guys, there's too much toilet paper here, so we're just going to start getting rid of this. But I want to share with you guys the more important aspect of my life that has led my stock portfolio to being worth over six figures, and that is my full-time career as a magician. Now, being in the entertainment industry, you don't have to go far. On my Facebook, I have a lot of entertainers, and every day I'm scrolling through right now, I'm just looking at how hard the entire economy is just getting hit beyond the entertainment industry. But let's keep this in perspective here, guys. This is what causes a recession, because I was poised to make a lot of money. In fact, I was planning on making about $2,850 just over the next 5 days alone as it was March break. But think about all of that money that's just gone now. I just think about all those individual places I had to go to pick up materials that I'm not going to now, and all that money is lost and not getting pumped back into the economy. In fact, I'm sitting here with all my contracts right now. They're not all of them, because a lot of them just sit on my computer as emails, but these are the ones that I printed out because it was my thusly larger contract, and I just wanted to take a look at this. Each one of these contracts is worth over $300. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again, I still had about another 3 or 4 of them that were sitting in my emails. Now, let's start with the bad news first. I am self-employed, and that puts me in a rather vulnerable situation because I don't get benefits if I get laid off, and I am super grateful right now that my largest contract out of all of this is actually planning a compensation package, which is super grateful because most of my jobs do not offer anything. In fact, I'm not getting anything from my resorts. Many of the other jobs that hired me, just for the pure fact they don't want to lose the money, they're already losing money, and there's no way in heck they're going to be paying me anything. So this amount of money lost right now is just hearsay. It's literally what I'm not going to be making. But if I'm really lucky, I'm going to get a decent chunk of this nonetheless back in my pocket, because some of those contracts that I have here are government-based contracts, and the government obviously doesn't want to put a huge strain on the economy. So I'm really thankful that they're offering a payment package, and I'll let you guys know when that comes in and exactly how much it was. Now, a lot of people might be excited to be able to sit at home, and a lot of you might be getting unemployment, you're getting paychecks. It's like you're getting a longer vacation, essentially. That's not how I ever looked at it. And even though I'm still going to be getting, hopefully, some money from my government contracts, I'm not a person that gets enjoyment out of that. I really thoroughly enjoy my job, and what I was getting hired for from the government was to do shows at libraries. And typically the people that show up at these shows are, if I'm being honest, are lower to kind of middle class people that probably couldn't afford my services anyways. And I always felt really good inside that I was able to, bring them like the show that I'm able to offer, because I'm not saying like I'm the best magician ever, but it always made me feel good that I could like fully present my skills to my fullest extent to, some people that might not be as fortunate. And it really hurts me inside that all these people are losing out on that. And I don't know what else to say about it. It's just an unfortunate set of circumstances. Now, I'm hoping I'm not going to be losing too much work. I still have contracts coming in for April and May, presuming that this starts to blow over. And very fortunately that these are private events. They're not really large public events. A lot of them are in-home shows. So I should be fortunate enough to hopefully not lose too much work. But this has been costing me an arm and a leg. I mean, to lose out on $2,850, and that's just confirmed contracts over a week, is a substantial amount of money to lose. Now, what about my plans? What are my plans here, guys? Well, pretty much just to sit down, relax. Now I have plenty of time to work on stuff from home. I'm not going to be selling toilet paper on eBay, to say the least, but I am going to be heavily working on websites. Many of you know we are involved in purchasing and building online businesses, and luckily, some of my online businesses, the ones you guys have been so graciously capable of supporting for me, which thank you very much, is thechartmaster.com. And we're going to be launching a couple other ones here, so I'm glad at least I get some time off to start focusing on some of my other business plans. And I'm really hoping a lot of you guys out there have diversified income. Hopefully you saved an emergency fund for situations like this. I don't have a huge emergency fund. Many of you know I'm pretty much 100% in the markets at all times. I usually leave about 2 to 3% cash on the sidelines. And even that little bit of cash I left on the sidelines, I am just patting myself on the back for that now, because man, oh man, I'm really starting to feel that pain. So I want to touch base on how I think the markets are going to open tomorrow on Monday, considering we saw a massive spike to the upside and close. And Jim Cramer had something really awesome to say about this, so I wanted to take a listen first.
All right, look, we know, had a great rally in the last half hour, but you have to accept, you and me, that the world has changed, and we need to change with it. From now on, when we come in on a Monday, we're not going to be focused on sales or earnings of companies, but we're going to be focused on virus infections and fatalities. These days, the pandemic controls the action. You can get a bounce like we had today, one of the greatest bounces I've ever seen. Dow gained 1,985 points. S&P climbed 9.29%. NASDAQ jumped 9.35%. Yes, those are not mistakes. All on the backs of an extremely oversold position, most in years, a 2.87% yield for the Dow coming in today, and the White House has put together a private sector coalition to boost testing. But until this virus is contained or cured, or just naturally levels out, you should expect much of this gain to be repealed, more selling, and if we don't get the fiscal help needed to preserve the rudiments of our service-based economy, I think today is going to end up being a good day to sell. And it already happened, maybe Monday. Let's be real. We can't sustain a meaningful rally here as opposed to the late Friday afternoon, not to be trusted short squeeze until we have the situation under control. And we can't get things under control without test kits and some sort of antibody medicine that triumphs over this scourge.
I think Jim Cramer touched on some incredible points here. The market is no longer going to be driven by fundamentals. It is purely going to be driven out of fear and what the next news comes out based on these current economic situations. And while we sit here as dividend investors, this is probably the best news we could possibly hear, because that means as we cost average in, we're going to be getting better and better yields until these fundamentals finally kick in. The thing most people have to be aware of is that this is going to get probably worse before it gets better. There's a good chance the markets could continue to head downwards, considering, as I mentioned, through my own personal work, this is how a recession just happens, guys. People like myself start getting hit, and then all of a sudden I'm not going and supporting the local businesses and all the other businesses when I have to buy supplies for my job. But where is the market going to open on Monday? It's going to be a tough say, considering, Trump just introduced another $1 trillion into the system here, and we're going to see how it's going to impact the market. I mean, it drove stocks up massively on Friday's close, but Monday, like I said, guys, we're still in the midst of this storm. This could take months to blow over. It could even take a whole year to blow over. Recessions just don't end like that, so don't go throwing huge chunks of capital in the market, like I said in my last few videos, expecting a quick turnaround. I mean, if you want to day trade and gamble, Vegas isn't busy right now, guys. If you're doing it in the markets, markets, I can't make predictions. All I can do is tell you that things are rather cheap. A lot of good companies are cheap. I'm thinking about setting up my drip systems on all my stocks here just because I don't mind buying anything at these levels. And what I'm sitting on and just waiting for, and I keep saying this, but I'm waiting for my taxes to finally come in so I can see what I owe the government. Once I get that all squared up, I'm really hoping I have some capital left over to re-inject into all of this. But at the same time, I'm really not worried here, guys. I've been diligent for the last 5 years of my investing career. I said I got cash sitting on the sidelines, and my stock portfolio continues to pay me about, like I said, $480 a month. And luckily, thanks to this YouTube channel, I am still getting a little bit of income coming in that'll help me ride this out. So, I mean, in the meantime, I'm just sitting here. We're going to be hanging out, working on a ton of videos. Things are going to get real interesting. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. And I mean, heck, if you get bored, just go check out the memes. I mean, The Simpsons are pretty good at predicting everything as of late, considering they did a whole episode very similar to the circumstances we are experiencing now. And I think this episode came out in what? I looked this up already, but let me go back. Yeah, this episode came out in 1993 when China kind of infected the rest of the world. And I don't know, it's just crazy, guys. This is utterly crazy. But I'd love to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Where do you think the markets are going to open tomorrow? What stocks are you buying? What are you interested in? But it's going to be interesting to see the full impact on these first quarterly earnings. But stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to chatting to you tomorrow.